Welcome back, everyone. How's everyone doing today?
Okay, good.
Very good. It's good to see everybody. As you all know, we are closing our sessions. We're closing our group, and we're not saying goodbyes necessarily, but I wanted to start this evening by kind of reviewing a little bit of what we went over the last group. We went over the differences between healthy love and unhealthy love, and did everyone find that activity helpful?
Yeah.
Okay, really great. Okay, so what I want to do tonight is, a little bit of a self-reflection exercise on how we felt during our time here with the group, and we can go ahead and get started. Does anyone have any feedback or suggestions that they want to share before we start our activity today?
No, I'll start.
Okay. So if we can all we're all in a half circle here. What I'd like for everyone to do is we start by going around, and the first person, Gina, if you'd like to start, saying your name and then something that you appreciate about yourself, something you appreciate about the person next to you, okay? And one thing that has helped you from being in this group that you'll take with you tomorrow and moving forward in your life. And then the next person, if you can just start by showing the appreciation, saying thank you, and then repeating that. Does anyone need me to repeat the instructions for the activity? You all got it? Okay. So, who would like to start?
Annie,
I'll start.
You want to start? Annie? Sure.
Okay. So one thing about myself, I am a very strong person. Somebody next to me. Well, Pooja, you've been very sweet to me, I think. Very friendly with me. And I appreciate that because I don't have too many friends right now that I can relate to. So I definitely appreciate that about you.
Appreciate your friendship as well and your time here with us and for sharing. We all share, on the side note here, I just want to say, we all share some really powerful stuff, and even exerting the energy and the thought to say these things in our minds takes a trust in a form for ourselves, right? We all develop this sense of trust for ourselves to not only trust somebody else with, the group and everyone in it, but ourselves to make that first move and open up. So I want to thank everyone, and I really appreciate that about every one of you, each and every one of you. So I'm going to miss this group a lot. Thank you for letting me share that.
So I wanted to start by saying, when I thought I was strong, but it turns out that I'm actually happy. And I'd like to thank Isaac and all of you have been a great support, but Isaac always knows what to say, and he's helped me a lot through this tough time. And I just wanted to say thank you for being a good friend.
Okay, me, I am still not totally over the whole thing that happened, but I'm trying to take all that we had here, all the support, and let it help me evolve into my society that I am in now, my social life that I'm in, and try to get back out there into the world, and maybe even date again, even though it's scary, but yeah.
I'm gonna just hold one moment. I'm just gonna reel you in for a second. So, is there one thing that you can say you appreciate about yourself?
Appreciate
Your openness?
I appreciate about myself in general, or about this specific?
Yeah, anything that comes to mind.
My creativity.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. Okay, and Andy, he's been awesome. Just brings a good energy to the group, a lighthearted, fun atmosphere, and I appreciate that about him. And he likes to surf, which is awesome.
That I do. Myself, I think to a fault probably that I'm caring, I think. And that's not served me necessarily all that well, especially in my past experiences, but I hope that doesn't continue in the future. Jen, I think her strength and the fact that she's very inspiring to me, because you've had time now away from an abusive relationship, and you've helped show me that it is possible to break the pattern and move on from this type of experience. And I think just what I'm going to take forward from the group, probably the support, the love that I think everybody has shown me, and I hope I've reciprocated to all of you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. For me, I appreciate my newfound independence. Before, I was totally dependent on, first my parents, then my husband. I didn't do anything for myself. Now I'm a single mother taking care of my kids alone, and I think that that's really shown me that I can do it when I didn't think I could. And what I appreciate about Gina is how far she's come with her relationship and the steps that she's made and the friendship that we have now, and how I'm able to kind of help her through the process too.
Definitely. So yeah, something I appreciate about myself is the courage I have. I didn't realize that I was lacking courage to begin with until I really got here. And something I'm taking just away from this group in general is the education that you guys have all taught me, and from your experience and from our group leader. Thank you so much, because without this group, I didn't even realize I was in a really, really severe domestic abusive relationship. I just thought it was me that was the problem, and not the whole relationship and him. So that education has really changed my views on my future relationships, and I definitely have self-respect today, and I want to just thank the whole group for your friendship, because I don't feel like this is just a group that I met with once a week. We've formed our friendships outside of here, and I'm excited to hang out, and this place is special to me, and I just wanted to thank all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. That was really, really wonderful. I know that it's not, did anyone find one part of this activity more challenging than another piece? I know I asked 3 questions. One, I wanted to mention something about yourself that you appreciate, something about the person beside you that you appreciate, and then something that you can take from this group with you. I noticed some people hesitating or pausing when they had to talk about themselves a little bit. And, I still, me personally, I know that I'm here as your social worker and your leader, but me personally, I still have to find that a challenge in myself to tell myself something good about me. But that's why, I wanted to start our last session with this. I hope that it helped. And
I don't think if it was for this group, I don't think I could ever say that I would ever. I never thought I'd be happy. I finally see a light at the end of the night. dark time.
It's really great, so,
Thank you so much, everybody.
thank you. Thank you
Thank
all.
you.
Thank you very much for coming. And I will leave my email address for you guys. I wrote it on the board for you. So if you have any questions or any feedback, or, you know, you feel free to email that email address. I can't promise that I'll be able to respond right away, but I will make sure that your questions do get answered in a timely manner, okay? Just want to put that out there. Anything else you guys want to discuss or talk about, or?
Well, like I said, like I was like a little nervous when I first started talking, because it is, you know, we are leaving, and we are, you know, I mentioned this last session, you know, it's going to be scary leaving here. And also, like, when you asked me to talk about myself, I still couldn't think of anything at first. So, like, I still feel a little bit, you know, self-doubt
Okay, well,
about,
you know, we can discuss,
leaving now.
we can discuss that after, if you'd
Yeah.
like. We can discuss that. You can tell me a little bit more if you'd like to after group. Okay, everybody feeling good?
Yep.
I feel a little anxious,
Okay.
but at the same time, not anxious, I don't want to say anxious, I'm going to say apprehensive, because I know that I don't like to be by myself, and I don't want to fall into the same pattern. So I'm definitely going to be taking away a lot of what I learned here in the future, for my future relationship. So I'm happy.
You're never alone. You have us, so.
You know, if you all are open to it, I don't mind if, you know, if you each want to exchange contact information with each other, so that you can, you know, have that outside community support as well as inside the group support. You know, if you guys need each other, you know, that's something that I'm absolutely advocating and supporting. So, okay, so don't hesitate to do that. Don't think you're not allowed to do that. It's absolutely allowed. To exchange email addresses with each other or phone numbers, you know, to continue those friendships beyond these walls. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good job.